fellow gamers. This is your boy Zero Inc. And I'm gonna hit on a topic that I've seen around. Everyone's still wondering why, with Sunset Overdrive and Forza Horizon 2 and Quantum Break being on Xbox, why Sony is still outselling Microsoft. And it's quite simple. People actually are enjoying the indie scene. They're actually enjoying the indie games. They're embracing the indie games. And everyone goes, yeah, but we can do that on our computer. But a lot of console players don't have time to game on a computer or game on a PC. So a lot of console gamers, that's where they get their gaming fix. You know, they get their gaming fix from consoles. And having indie titles, having AAA titles, having free-to-play games, having all these different variety of games that you can play on PlayStation 4 is what's winning them the battle. Add that to the fact, the free games for PS Plus subscription or Xbox Live. That's another system where PlayStation is making all the right moves, because they're giving out 2 free new games to the PS4. They might not be new, you know, they may not be, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of them are available on PC. So, you know, they may not be new, but they're new to the PS4 and a lot of the PS4 community. So, you know, it's nice to just play an indie game from time to time. It's nice to just play, you know, a game for the sake of playing a game, rather than having to deal with the storyline that grips you and everything else like that. And, you know, going to why they're outselling is, even though Microsoft may or may not, because I don't believe Microsoft has the better exclusive lineup, but, you know, I mean, that's my opinion. I honestly don't. But, you know, they may or may not have the better exclusive lineup, okay? That being said, it's still only 3 games. And each game at max is going to run you 20 hours. So that's 60 hours of gameplay. So what do you do in the interim between the multiplats being made and... You know, I mean, if Sony has an off year like they did this year, okay, their exclusives aren't coming out till next year, the indie titles save them, okay? Having the variety of indie titles and free-to-play games and everything else on their console saved them. Because they were able to recover that loss. They were able to, they're able to push back games, okay, without anybody getting upset, because we're not in a hurry to have all the AAA titles. We don't need them. We've got, you know, 120 plus titles. They might not all be AAA, but we've still got AAA and multi-plat games added into the 120 plus indie titles that we have. So, you know, in terms of sales, that's why Sony is winning. Whether anyone wants to believe it or not, you might not like indie games, you might prefer AAA games, but that's the reason Sony is winning. Sony is winning because of the variety of games, because of the wide variety of games. And this is what Microsoft doesn't understand, okay? They've turned away plenty of indie developers. They've turned away plenty of different developers that could have been on their system, that wanted to be on their system. And this is coming from information of, you know, I know a lot of people in the business, so this is coming from information, they turned away a lot of indie developers, man. You would figure they'd want indie developers developing for them. But no, they want indie developers to have experience. Sony's saying, you know what, we'll take anything you got. This is why Sony's selling so much, because they're getting such innovative gameplay. Not so much innovative technology as it is innovative gameplay. You know, all the games, innovative gameplay. Now, I hope Microsoft pulls it out. I really do. I hope Microsoft starts understanding why games are selling more. I hope Microsoft understands why things are happening this way. It's because Microsoft isn't thinking in terms of a gamer. Like, in terms of a gamer wants video games. not just AAA titles, you know, that take 2 years to complete. Because what's the next thing they have besides Sunset Overdrive and Forza Horizon 2 and stuff? If they're released early in the year, then you have to wait 7 or 8 months before your next AAA title, which is Halo 5, at the end of the year. And I don't even think it's coming out at the end of the year. My guess is it's probably going to come out in early 2016 or summer 2016. And that is where the problem lies. They have nothing to cover that span of time that they won't have AAA titles. Because multiplats, even with the multiplats and everything, you've got maybe 3 months worth of gameplay in all multiplats and AAA titles right now. Even if all the AAA titles were already released, you would still only have about 3 months of gameplay. Now, if you add the indie titles in and the free-to-play games in and all the other games in, it's a different story. You've got a year. You've got 2 years. You got 3 years. You know, I'm even looking, like I said, in one of my past videos, I'm looking at Oddworld. You know, I'm looking at spending $15 here and $15 there. You know? People are laughing that we're defending these indie games, but we're not defending them because we are trying to defend the PS4 system. We're defending them because we like indie games. Shocker. We like indie games. Gamers like indie games. Gamers like games. That's really a shocker. You know, it shouldn't be that much of a mystery. You know what I'm saying? A lot of YouTubers weren't reviewing indie games. They weren't putting indie games in their top list. Indie games weren't important to a lot of reviewers on YouTube. You understand? So a lot of YouTubers got into this mode where AAA titles are what sell consoles, and that's not true. Games are what sell consoles. Content is what sells consoles. Ease of use is what sells consoles. Not, you know, waiting 3 years for the best exclusive titles. Like I said, even if you've got the, you know, even if you got the 10 best exclusive titles ever, that's still just 10 games. Just 10 games. You understand? And that's why Sony is still outselling Microsoft. Anyway, let me know what you think. Agree, disagree. Let me know what you think. Write it in the comments below. And like, dislike, do whatever you want. And I will see you guys on the next Kickshaw angle.